Alright, so it's a training day for the Motorcycle Emergency Response Unit, which does first aid mostly for charity rides, things like that. And we have a couple training days a year just to go through, basically show that we can ride our bikes properly. We won't be the ones requiring first aid, and we're able to administer it if required. The training was held in an industrial area parking lot in the northwest part of Toronto. Lots of room for the course to be laid out, and no outside traffic would be coming our way. We started the day with some formation riding practice. Here's where we ride side by side at lower speeds. At higher speeds or on the highway, we would be more in a staggered formation. We also practiced switching to ride in single file. The leader would use a hand signal, either one or two fingers depending on the formation they want, and each rider then passes the signal down the line and gets into the position that the leader is after. So the other thing we always try and do is we always try and park pretty close to each other. We lock the wheel to the left, and what we do is called a dismount from the high side. Reason for this is essentially if we're responding to an incident on the side of the road, we don't want to be stepping off into live traffic, so they really try and drive home that point, that the dismount is on the high side.
Okay, so there's a series of 5 elements here. Practice each one individually. At the end, we're going to link them all together. Start here with our straight weave. This could be, depending on your bike, this could be a first gear, second gear. It's just demonstrating that you have the ability to make left-right turns. You can get the weave of the bike going nicely. You can do this at increased speeds, but don't try it. Now listen to their engines. No grabbing. Nope. It's just even throttle. My language might be offended. Cute when you get in there because you have cones and you have concrete at the end. When you come in, it's a hard turn, either left or right, hard in to use your real estate. Come over, and then do your turn. Do some reps on this. Once people are feeling comfortable, we'll move on.
The course itself had different components that we got to practice our skills on. Cone weave, offset weave, U-turn box, which as you'll see shortly I had my struggles with. So we would go over and over, practice each one until we got a little more comfortable, and then we would go on towards the next part later on in the day.
Sorry. Yeah, I hit the curb in that keyhole thing.
Yeah.
I tried to do the keyhole, but I just want.
The thing about the pylons, you can run over them.
It was the curb though that I hit,
Yeah.
and I heard a little bit of grinding at the end, so I just wanted to check it out.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
Maybe
all
a
good.
little stone in there.
I just got a little too close.
Yeah.
Left or right, doesn't matter. Do a complete circle. Here's your exit point for that circle. Leading into the figure 8. Again, left or right, your choice. Take our circle around. Pick up this cone, make our circle around. If you want to go back through, you can. Exit point, and then see the tennis balls at the end? So there's a gap, and then there's roughly a 4 to 5 foot gap between those tennis balls and that line. So you come to a complete stop, shoulder check, and then your choice whether you bail out left or right. So again, we're trying to build success and build up on those skills and not to make it super frustrating for everyone. We'll let Corby and Brett do their thing.
We then moved on to the circle, the figure 8, in the section where we do a full turn lock from a complete stop. That section itself did have its challenges as well, but we got to practice these a few times before we moved on to the next part of the course.
Went away. That's the most disappointing feeling.
All right, let's see how this goes.
always timed to do the whole course, where it's timed in being under what they call pressure. Essentially, you're followed, buzzed, and harassed by two of the instructors while completing the whole course. It just adds an extra element, and it makes it that much more fun. And that was pretty much a wrap on the day. All in all, it was a great day. A bit windy, and I apologize if some of the audio reflected just how windy it was. I wanted to thank all the people who were involved with putting it on today, the instructors giving their time, putting the course together. Great effort on their part. My big takeaway from the day was just how important slow speed skills are and how much I need to practice them. If you've made it this far, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you come back for future ones. Thanks for watching, take care, and ride safe.